The griffin is a legendary creature with the head and wings of an eagle and the body, tail, and hind legs of a lion. As the eagle was considered the king of the birds and the lion the king of the beasts, the griffin was perceived as a powerful and majestic creature. The myth regarding griffins originated from ancient India. They believed that griffins served as a mount for the Hindu god Vishnu. Trading and wealth in ancient Greece were largely dependent on traders and explorers venturing out into the world to discover various treasures. The most well-traveled routes in East Asia were known as the Silk Road because they led men to silk, spices, and great wealth. These traders returned to Greece with resources and stories, some of which told of the griffin. There were locations where gold was plentiful in the earth, and when locals sought the riches, the ancient people also discovered bones of a unique creature. Its massive size, sharp beak, and wings led them to imagine what this beast might have looked like alive. Further, because of where they found the skeletons, they assumed griffins built their nests to claim the treasure and protect it. It has since been reasoned that the fossilized bones were more likely those of the Pentaceratops, of a dinosaur found elsewhere with many of the same features.
This mythical creature may have possibly been real to the townspeople. For hundreds of years in the Gobi Desert, archaeologists have found Protoceratops fossils everywhere. According to this legend, this is where griffins made their nest. A long time before the humans roamed the earth, parts of the Gobi Desert were filled with unusual creatures that resembled body parts of a lion or eagle, similar to the griffin. These, of course, weren't griffins, they were dinosaurs. People now believe that the legend of the griffin came from the inspiration of the Protoceratops. This dinosaur has 4 legs, a beak, lived in the right time period, and archaeologists can explain where the people saw the creature with similar features. For example, they know the frill of the Protoceratops is very weak, meaning that it can break very easily, which would leave behind small stumps to resemble a griffin's ears. Also, the long shoulder blades resemble wings of the griffin. There are many reasons why the griffin would have had to adapt either himself or his living conditions. One reason is since the griffin had to eat so much, if his food source was somehow depleted, he might have to become smaller, which would make him harder to find. Another reason is if the earth drastically changed in temperature, he would have to move to be able to survive. Also, if the griffin's mate died, he would spend the rest of his life searching for another mate. Finally, the griffins lived in a terrible place in the desert. It was written, "Now the place where the griffins live and the gold is found is a grim, terrible desert." Following this, the writer said, "Waiting for a moonless night, the treasure seekers come with shovels and stacks and dig. If they manage to elude the griffins, the men reap a double reward, for they escape with their lives and bring home a cargo of gold-rich profit for the dangers they face." This quote most likely shows that it was rare that people ever did escape the griffin. This would be another reason they are hard to find.
Griffins have a few different roles in their environment, such as keeping guard and searching for shiny treasure. They are very protective of their territory and are said to fight to the death to defend it. Griffins' territory can range from treasure in sacred lands to royal families. Normally, griffins like to nest in rocky areas because it is a great place to hide gold and shiny objects. They use their cunning strength to prey upon elephants and giraffes. Creatures that have things in common with the griffin are the lion and the eagle, because it has some of the same features and it is a fierce hunter. Since the lion is the king of the beasts, and the eagle the king of the birds, the griffin is viewed as being a very strong and powerful combination of the two. In mythology, griffins are like the hippogriff and the sphinx, because the hippogriff is part eagle and the sphinx is part lion, and they are both very powerful and mighty creatures. The griffin is the possible offspring of a lion and an eagle. Based on the research done for this assignment, it can be concluded that griffins cannot exist, for 2 main reasons. The first is that there is no possible way for a bird and a mammal to mate and have surviving offspring, given the laws of evolution. The second reason is that their body structure is not capable of flight. And if they could fly, they would have such hollow bones that they would be little threat on the ground. They lack strength and their bones would snap like twigs, making the idea of sharp claws and a hunter build rather impractical. Therefore, griffins cannot exist.
Wouldn't it be nice